Every storm buries a seed you don't know you're planting. Pain feels like destruction, but it's often divine cultivation. In the moment, the rain feels merciless, the thunder deafening. But beneath that chaos, something sacred begins. You weren't being punished, you were being planted. Just like seeds must crack to bloom, your struggles are not setbacks. They're pressure points of transformation. The mud, the mess, the breaking, it's all part of your rebirth. The next time the skies darken, don't just brace yourself. Listen. A new you is rooting beneath the wreckage. Pain asks questions no comfort ever could. You keep crying, why me? But maybe the better question is, what is this molding me into? Your wound is not just a scar, it's a script, written in a language you must learn to read. Within it hides the syllabus of your soul's evolution. It doesn't just hurt, it guides. It strips you bare, revealing your core self, the one beneath the performance. Pain doesn't leave you the same. It sculpts, carves, and redefines. And if you listen closely, it teaches with brutal honesty, so you can live with brave authenticity. Some things must collapse, not to punish you, but to release you. What once felt like security might actually be a cage in disguise. When your world crumbles, you see what remains unshaken. You realize that the house you built wasn't home. And though your plans lie in ruins, the blueprint of your purpose is suddenly visible beneath the ash. Rebuilding isn't weakness, it's wisdom reborn. Each time life strips you bare, it dares you to become something truer. Let the dust settle, and then rise. Not as who you were, but as who you were always meant to be. Suffering isn't a thief, it's a mirror. It shows you the parts of yourself you've ignored, abandoned, or hidden. When the noise fades, when the comfort is gone, who are you underneath it all? That's the raw space where real self-awareness is born. It's terrifying to meet yourself in pain, but it's also sacred. You discover the survivor inside the sufferer, the artist inside the ache. You begin to understand that the truest version of you doesn't need perfection. It only needs presence. Pain unmasks you, and in doing so, gives you back to yourself. Not all fire is meant to destroy. Some flames purify. You've been avoiding the burn, thinking it would consume you. But the truth is, fire reveals what is real. It melts away the masks, the illusions, the lies you told yourself to stay safe. In that inferno, your true shape is forged, hot, heavy, and alive with truth. Growth doesn't always whisper. It screams through sweat and surrender. You don't become powerful by avoiding pain. You become powerful by walking through it and coming out refined. Don't fear the fire. Be the iron that welcomes it. We spend our lives avoiding the fall, but that's where the real wisdom lives. You learn more kneeling in your wreckage than you ever did standing in pride. Failure humbles you, strips you of illusion, and brings you into contact with reality. But here's the secret. When you hit the bottom, you find a clarity that's unavailable at the top. Rock bottom becomes a mirror and a map. It shows you what matters, what never did, and what must change. Don't fear falling. Fear never learning from it. Because once you rise from that place, nothing can shake you the same way again. Not all growth is visible. Some of the most profound transformations happen in complete stillness, far from the spotlight. Just as roots deepen in silence, you evolve in moments when the world isn't watching. Darkness doesn't mean nothing's happening. It means everything's happening, quietly. When you feel unseen, that's often the moment you're being remade. The breakdown, the solitude, the ache, they're creating layers of depth in you, layers that light will later reveal. So trust the dark, not as punishment, but as preparation. Strength isn't inherited, it's sculpted. Every hardship was a hammer, every tear, a chisel. And piece by piece, the weakest parts of you fell away, revealing a resilience that wasn't born. It was built. You weren't shaped in comfort. You were carved in crisis. Suffering has a strange artistry. It exposes who you're not to make room for who you are. And every crack that once felt like damage now glows with proof that you endured. You didn't just survive, You became a monument to the process. Collapse isn't the end. It's the compost. The version of you that's crumbling is making space for something luminous. The person you thought you had to be is dying, so your true self can finally breathe. There's a sacred rhythm to destruction. It breaks what binds and waters what wants to grow. Don't be afraid of your breakdown. It's not chaos. It's realignment. Something softer, more rooted and more alive is waiting beneath it all. Let yourself come undone, so you can finally come alive. You're not a victim of your past. You're the author of what comes next. Pain gave you ink. Struggle gave you a pen. Now write. Don't let what hurt you define you. Let it refine you. Every scar, every scream, is a chapter not of your fall, but of your rise. You are the proof that pain can speak beauty, that wounds can write wisdom. Your story doesn't end in suffering. It begins in strength. So tell it loud. Not to bleed, but to bloom. Not to remember the pain, but to honor your power.